How's filming going? All things considered, things haven't been that bad. Josh, where were you? What is that?
It's Tracer's arc in scene 12.
Huh?
I'm not explaining this to you. Have you never heard the phrase show, don't tell? I do not feel artistically satisfied with this film. This project, this epic, is supposed to be my finest artistic output. My magnum opus. And yet we've been at this for almost 2 months, and it feels like all my work has been for naught. Where is all of my recognition? I mean, at this rate, it feels like the movie's going to have to actually come out before we get any awards.
Over the past couple of weeks, Josh has been a little intense. I think it all started when we got that call from that Atlas Studios representative.
They're coming here, right into the middle of my production. And I'm supposed to believe it's just a big piece while they waltz right into the middle of the studio. It's corporate hawks. Corporate hawks with years of experience coming to watch my production. Oh, God. No. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn what you think. Oh! Oh, I hit that really hard. God, son of a...
Yeah, that was definitely it, I think. Josh, we're ready to film scene 9.
Good. I just rewrote that scene. It's one of the many scenes I've needed to rework to really make this film shine.
Rewrote? Josh, they've spent the last hour memorizing the lines you gave them. We got Rick or Tracer to do it too.
Well, too bad. I will not accept such disgustingly amateur work.
Josh, you just rewrote this version of the script like 3 hours ago.
Yes, and I was a different man back then. This creative process changes you. That's just the price of show business, baby. Never mind, I'll do it myself. No, I'm not worried about Atlas visiting later today. I mean, why would I be? I'm just an amateur filmmaker working on a low-budget production in the backyard of the biggest film studio in 100 miles. A film studio that, if they don't like what they see, will use their legal powers and shut down production. Or worse, they'll get the critics to say that they don't like what they see. I mean, who would lie about that? And not to mention, when they pan my movie, nobody's gonna wanna work with me, and I'm gonna pick up a job picking up dog crap, crying myself to sleep at night, listening to Mitski, and thinking about what could have been. No, I'm not worried.
You listen to Mitski?
I said I wasn't nervous.
Don't mind me. I'm just here to fill my employer's part in keeping the peace, so you all go about your business, all right? Who am I? Well, that does seem to be the question on everyone's minds, doesn't it? I like to think of myself as just one of the people. You know, I'm just here to sort of lay low, take a look at this operation and the brilliant minds behind it. You see, I got a piece of business advice from a colleague once, and it's that while you can have rivals in business, it's a lot better to turn those rivals into friendly competitors. You see, once they're friendly competitors, you can start talking business, and the possibilities are endless. You know, I'm not always a fan of his politics, but when Bobby Iger had some advice, he sure had some advice.
Honey, you're not my friend. The only friends that I have are the 45 in one pocket and the bottle of hooch I keep in the other. My best pal's the streets, and my best bud's the night. And the only acquaintance I have is the bartender down on 38th.
Yeah, that's almost like you read the line. Sure. Ahem. Tracer, how could you have ever done this to me? You left me all alone with no way to defend myself. What was I ever supposed to do without you? Wow, would you look at that? No overt references to Tracer being a big, strong man. He's improving.
I'm glad to hear there have been improvements from our little Scorsese. It's always nice to have new talent grow and evolve.
Why do we hate Atlas so much? Are you guys even from here? This town used to be a safe haven for the entertainment industry till Atlas came in and stuck their little feelers into everything. I mean, honestly, it's an antitrust nightmare.
Atlas? That's a name I haven't heard in 20 years. Not a fan, personally. So, out of curiosity, why have you guys never invited me to do one of these interview things before?
You know, I've always thought that boom pole operator is one of the noblest jobs on set. All you do is stand there for hours on end, bearing constant witness to the fact that the actors are the star of the show. I mean, literally. It's very honorable what you're doing, and I admire you for it.
I don't like this guy. He just comes in here, leering at everyone, talking to us as if he's our friend, and saying things about us that make no sense at all, and definitely don't resonate with any of your insecurities. It makes me miss Josh. Where is Josh anyway? Why isn't he dealing with this guy?
Something must be done about this guy. He's clearly a danger to the project. And he's disrupting the extremely healthy and collaborative environment that I had cultivated before. He's like oil and water, a shark in a koi pond, schoolyard bully in a schoolyard. Wait. Say that again.
I didn't say anything.
I know. Just say the last thing I had said before I said, say that again.
Okay, something must be done about this guy. He's clearly a danger to
No. My God, you people are terrible at helping me with dramatic devices. I'll admit, though, impressive memory. Just say the last bit of my line.
Like a schoolyard bully in a schoolyard?
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, I know exactly what to do about this guy. Watch and learn.
Something's wrong. Has anyone seen Josh?
You know, I would also like to know where Mr. White is. You see, I've been meaning to speak with him about this little project here. A lot to talk about based on what I've seen. Or, to be more accurate, what I haven't seen.
Who exactly are you?
Eduardo Hastings. But you can call me Ed.
Mr. Hastings, what exactly is your business here?
Well, usually I like to spend my time up at the Atlas corporate buildings, upper floor, but I heard about this little indie production going on here in Atlanta, and I thought I'd come take a look. You see, I've been wanting to know how the new blood's been getting on with all the filming stuff, and I'm a bit of a film professional myself and thought I could be of use if things happen to go south.
Mr. Hastings? I've heard your name before. I, like many other people on this set, have been keeping a close eye on Atlas's activities in this town. And I know that whenever any solo production company or aspiring independent artist comes anywhere within the vicinity of this town, your name somehow comes up. When they inevitably end up failing or things magically fall apart, and somehow all the new talent ends up finding a job at Atlas. I respect that you have a job to do, but my job is to ensure that you and the company you represent doesn't force its wrench into our production and poach any new struggling actors. So if you'll excuse me, I need to find our director.
I like her. She's good.
Hi everyone! Today I've got some tips for how to deal with bullies. First of all, you should just ignore them. Then you should talk to a trusted adult. Then, if for whatever reason the behavior persists, you should calmly tell them that their actions are really hurtful and that they should be thinking about how others want to be treated.
Josh, there you are. I've been looking all over.
Charlie, would you consider yourself a trusted adult?
I guess.
Good, because there's something important I need to tell you. There's been this guy who was sent here from Atlas, and he's supposed to be here to get to me, and I just don't like him.
Is it Eduardo Hastings, the member of the executive board of Atlas Studios and investor in some of the smelliest hair gel brands? Yeah, we met. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, actually. You're the director here. Aren't you going to do anything about him?
And now, what do you think I've been doing back here all this time?
Watching videos made for middle schoolers.
Oh, and now. The title said it was for all ages.
It doesn't matter, Josh. This man, he's been trying to break apart the production. Your production. You can't let him bully you into doing that.
You know what? You're right. It's time to take a stand and defend my own production. I'm just not gonna let someone waltz on in here and ruin it. It's time to assert my own directorial power and take care of Mr. John Atlas. Not even his real name.
Yeah, no. Not even a little bit. But yes, use that destructive powerhouse of a personality that you've got and show that vulture. Sink him.
Yes, I have been looking for a good reason to stretch my wings.
Don't worry. I've got this.
Hi there. I'm Eduardo Hastings. But you can call me
Mr. Atlas. You know, I think there's a few things you can learn from this experience. I don't know if you know it, but your actions have been quite hurtful and disruptive. And really, you should start treating people the way you want to be treated.
Okay.
And furthermore,
Okay, I'm going to let you guys do your thing and head out.
yes, it's an excellent idea. And Charlie, in fact, would you mind helping them finish up filming? Make sure they don't mess it up or anything.
You're going to let me direct?
Yeah, sure. I feel like you've earned a little bit of creative control. Fulfill our vision. I have faith you can handle it for a little bit.
Wow. Thank you. That means a lot, Josh.
This is all very touching, but could we wrap this up? I'd like to get a word in with Mr. White.
Of course, good sir. Go take care of him, Charlie. I'll handle the vulture.
Now, where were we?
No, I'll tell you where we were. I was just about to inform you that you aren't going to bully me out of disbanding this production. It's not perfect. And I'll admit to a tiny bit of a lack of social skills on my part. But ultimately, those people in there are my family. So,
Let me stop you right there. Who told you I was here to break up your production?
so that's not what you're here to do?
What do you take me for? Some sort of big evil lord business type who just wants to destroy all goodness in the world because of my inhumanly evil sensibilities?
Yeah.
You've been watching too many movies, kid. I'm not evil. I'm just a businessman. I follow the money, and the money has led me here. To you. And by that sense, I have an offer.
Alright everyone, so while Josh is otherwise occupied, he has given me the go-ahead to go and direct the next few scenes, so we are going to go do that.
Are you shaking?
Just had a little bit of coffee, that's all. Let's go, chop chop. Now being 100% honest, I'm not very directorially minded, if that makes sense. Josh was always the one with the artistic vision. I'm more in it for the principle of supporting indie productions. But Josh has never given me this kind of creative power over the production before. It's very validating to see all the crew building work I've done be recognized. I don't feel fully comfortable doing all this directing, but I'm seeing it as an opportunity to work more directly with the cast and crew I've been managing. It just helps me feel more connected to the whole thing. And of course, all this while, Josh is fighting the good fight against Atlas. We've had our differences, but in this instance, I'm proud of him. Not a lot of people are willing to stick up for the little guy like this.
Hey. Think about it.
All right, everyone, good work today. At this rate, we should be done filming in the next few days, which means we'll only be 3 weeks behind schedule instead of the originally projected 6 weeks. We should be done soon. So, how did it go?
For a long time, that's how it went. Let me tell you, this guy loves to hear himself talk. I have never met someone so high off of his own supply. It's astonishing, really. I don't even know how you get to that point.
Yeah, but what did he say? Did he threaten you with legal action? Or did he invoke his inner siren to take away your power?
No. Actually, he offered me a job.
What?
I know, right? That's funny. I was expecting a lot worse, but he said that he likes the progress so far and that he wants me on a production at Atlas. Said I held a certain je ne sais quoi, which I'm fairly certain means very good filmmaker. I don't speak French, but they are an artistic juggernaut, so it must be good.
So, how did he react when you told him to get lost? Josh, you did tell him you wouldn't do it, right?
Well, I didn't say no. I didn't sign anything either. I just think it's an opportunity worth considering after this. I get another opportunity to show how well I can do this.
I cannot believe you. Josh, the entire reason we started this was so that we could be independent of Atlas Studios. I have spent 2 months suffering through you and your asinine vanity project just because I knew that in the end, with the kind of attention we got, we could turn the tides around this town. All of that just for you to jump into the laps of the Empire the moment they started stroking your ego. You don't even see it for what it is, huh? I would say I'm disappointed, but that doesn't even begin to cover it.
Okay, well, hang on a minute. Mr. Hastings said that he was undeniably impressed.
Josh, grow up! Just for once in your life, shut up and listen. Hastings and Atlas don't care about your filmmaking abilities or your directorial artistic talents or whatever. They want to pluck you up and put you in a small box so that they have one less competitor for their cancer of a company. It's all a freaking trick.
Well, it's not impossible that maybe...
It is, Josh. I guarantee you it is.
Okay. Okay. I see how it is.
That's not what I meant.
No, it's fine. I have given my all to this project. I have done everything so far. It's my vision, so I can see how you could be a little jealous when you sit there doing absolutely nothing worthwhile, by the way.
Are you serious? I did nothing? I was the one holding this entire production together while you fought with our actors, rewrote the scripts and spoke to these bloody cameras while completely ignoring what your actual job is? You know what? No. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with this production. I'm done with these freaking cameras. I did nothing, right? You did all this yourself. Yeah, now is the time to prove it.
I will. I don't need you. Tracer Magnum's going to be the next big hit, and it's because you're not here to bog me down. It will be great.
I look forward to seeing it.
Fine.
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 Fine. And Josh,
What?
good luck.
Turn the camera off.
It's me. You remember that little indie detective film I was telling you about? I don't think they're gonna be a problem anymore.